This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
So you call yourself Sarda or Tejas or Sudeep?
Sir, myself Tejas Sarda. Sudeep is the name of my father.
But you are known as what? Sarda.
Sir, Sarda is my surname.
Surname. So Sudeep. You call yourself Sudeep?
No, sir, Sudeep is the name of my father.
Or Tejas. So say like that. So you call yourself Tejas.
Yes, sir.
And you are a doctor.
Yes, sir.
And you passed out because it says 2020 final year MBBS. You are already passed out.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what are you doing currently?
Sir, currently I am preparing one for UPSC examination. After 2021, that has been the whole focus of mine. But after this mains examination, to be in touch with the clinical skills of medicine, I have done 1 month of observership.
I also observed that this is your third attempt.
Yes, sir.
Why couldn't you make it in the first two attempts?
Sir, I proceeded up to the main stage, but in the mains examination, I could not qualify for the interview. And after introspecting, I believe presenting myself in a very attractive manner and writing the subjective examination, that has been my weakness, in the sense that
I don't understand.
Sorry, sir?
You wanted to present yourself in a very attractive manner.
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
So for example, we are to write the answers in 150 and 250 words. So the answers could be presented in a more attractive manner, like presenting in a diagram fashion or using flow charts, making it rather than a monotonous paragraph in point-wise manner. So these or hitting the answers rather than beating around the bush, those skills, sir.
So what went wrong? I am unable to understand. You use innovative techniques in writing answers, or you went in for the traditional way of writing? And
Sir, actually, I believe two things were lacking in my preparation. Number one, I did not know how to write the answers, the techniques which I just mentioned. And number two, I was not writing the answers very precise in a precise manner, because there is a word limit and one cannot write unnecessary things. So these two things were lacking, I believe.
So how did you fare in exam this time?
Sir, I believe I have done reasonably well this time by improving the mistakes in the last time.
All right. So what kind of a scores are you expecting?
Sir, it is not possible to give a range of the scores, but I believe there will be good scores.
No, what is meant by good score? 700, 800, 900, what?
Sir, I believe it will be somewhere in between 750 to 800, but it is very subjective, so can't say.
I also observed that your hobbies are dancing in Bollywood style.
Yes, sir. Hip hop and Bollywood style.
Now, what is Bollywood style?
Sir, it is an amalgamation of multiple styles. Since the Bollywood has started its journey, taking elements from multiple dance streams like classical dances, hip hop dances.
So did you learn it somewhere formally, or you just picked it up?
Sir, I picked it up. There is no formal education of mine.
How much time do you devote to pursue this hobby of dancing in Bollywood style?
Sir, I am, to be honest, it is not possible to pursue it daily or even weekly. But whenever I feel like there is a good music or there is a good song, I like to give it some time. There is no fixed schedule to it. or there is some function or performance I have to put in, then I give time to it.
All right. Okay. Tell me, since you are a doctor, what is lacking in our health services? We have been trying to improve our health services over a period of last 75 years. But in spite of all our efforts, it is extremely suboptimal even as of now. If I fall sick, it becomes extremely difficult for a person like me to get a meaningful and cost-efficient health services anywhere in the country. I had to ultimately make use of my personal relations to get some meaningful treatment in a cost-efficient manner.
Yes.
What is going wrong and how can we address this issue so that every citizen of this country is sure of getting a reasonable level of good treatment almost at no cost?
Yes, sir. Sir, the goal which you are referring to, I believe, is universal healthcare, wherein every patient, irrespective of its paying capacity, will get a standard and good quality treatment. And it is also true that the system is not up to the par. I believe the biggest reason for it is not having enough budget or spending on the health sector. Even our goal of 2.5% of the GDP for the country and at the state levels, we have not been able to reach that level. So good
All right, so one
infrastructure.
is you are saying not enough money is available. What else?
So second will be
But have you been to other countries, even smaller countries, which were struggling earlier? They are providing better health services. Even many sub-Saharan countries are providing better health services than India.
Okay, sir. I am not aware of sub-Saharan countries' health systems, sir. Sir, as I was referring to, perhaps focus on our health policies which target secondary and tertiary care sector more rather than the primary healthcare sector, and a preventive approach which is actually cost effective than the curative approach is the important reason of not having a robust public healthcare system.
Yes, I have been hearing these words for last so many years, but nothing happens. I find it very difficult. This is what I'm saying, and I'm saying from my personal experience that it is extremely difficult to get any meaningful, good quality treatment in any other hospital. You may get some medicine kind of thing, generic medicine today. But if you're talking about treatment, it is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. And if you go to a private doctor, they'll fleece you like anything.
Yes, sir. Sir, I beg to differ slightly in the sense that in India, there are some pockets of excellence, some good models, wherein not just...
I'm talking about Delhi, I'm talking about NCR. You cannot get good treatment, cost efficient treatment. You may get some treatment, but cost efficient treatment is very difficult. And I know from all my friends and all friends from the IAS, it is extremely difficult to get good treatment. So they use their personal connections. All right. Okay, thank you very much.
You're from Solapur, right?
Yes, sir.
So what Solapur is famous for?
So Solapur is primarily known for its textile industry. It was once known as Manchester of the East because of the huge mills. The largest mill in cotton textile mill in Asia was once running in Solapur. Currently, the Solapuri Chadar and Solapuri terry towels are well known. Second would be, sir, Solapur is a very famous pilgrimage and religious tourism spot. Pandharpur, which is the spiritual heart of Maharashtra, Tulzapur, Akkalkot, etc., and Solapur itself, which are places nearby, are very famous tourist destination. Sir, third would be Solapur is recently emerging as a medical hub in the surrounding region because of its cost-effective treatments and good human resources.
So let's move to the next question. Now you have seen COVID now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So there's an allegation that because of COVID vaccine, there is a rise in the instances of heart attack. So, how do you see these allegations? Do you find any merit in that? And if yes, then what could be the reason behind those allegations? What is the scientific basis or medical basis?
Sir, unfortunately, I'm not allegations, but I don't know of any study where it is conclusively proven that COVID vaccines have increased heart attacks or heart problems, and therefore I would not be able to comment on it, sir.
Okay. Now that we have seen multiple waves, if you are into the administration and your suggestion asked for, what suggestion would you make to the government of India to address or tackle the future such outbreaks? What changes would you suggest? What preparation would you suggest?
Yes, sir. Sir, I would like to draw upon the good practices of some of our states like Kerala, which by investing in robust primary healthcare detected some unknown or foreign infections like Nipah virus, etc., quickly and nipped it in the bud. For that, we have to improve our surveillance programs like integrated disease surveillance program, respiratory disease surveillance program, etc., and make the use of technology so that it gets reported at the highest level, and containment measures are put in the very initial stages.
Oh, you talked about Kerala. Did you notice that the highest casualty or the highest number of outbreaks happen in Kerala only?
Yes, sir.
So did they fail or did they succeed in their attempts?
Sir, I believe the reason for it is that Kerala has a very high immigrant population, and because of that, many of the foreign infections like Nipah came first to Kerala, and it is actually the success of the system that it did not lead to a massive infection or epidemic in that locality.
Continuing on to the similar thing,
Yes, sir.
Turkey had a earthquake recently, right?
Yes, sir.
Now the kind of plate tectonic situation that is there in Turkey, India has got the similar condition. So the experts are saying that someday similar kind of and of similar intensity earthquake can happen in India.
Yes, sir.
So what learning can we take from Turkey and which kind of preparation should we make to avoid such disasters?
Yes, sir. Very true, because India also has large number of zone 5 areas which are highly prone for earthquakes, especially the sub-Himalayan and Himalayan region. One striking point which comes to my mind is, sir, that uh, in spite of having similar intensity earthquake, other regions which have developed in disaster resilience have done better, and Turkey has had lot more casualties than those regions. I am referring to Japan, etc., sir. One of the reason which is coming out is not so good quality of the buildings, and earthquake not adhering to the earthquake resilient codes, the building codes. So one is in the zone 5 areas or the earthquake prone areas of India, we can do mandatory national building code which is having earthquake resilience in the prospective buildings which will come in the future, and those buildings which have outlived their life should be retrofitted or demolished according to the expert advice. Second will be, sir, the construction or the infrastructure which is being done in the ecologically sensitive areas, which are also the earthquake prone areas, should be done with a very cautious approach, putting the disaster resilience in mind. Like I'm referring to the current Joshima tragedy or the similar ecological disasters which are coming to force, sir.
Okay. Hi, Tejas. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Good evening. Thank you.
Good evening. Tejas, you were born on a very prominent day.
Yes, sir. Leap year day.
Leap year day. And about your date of birth?
Sir, 29th February 1996.
That is 29th. Oh, here it's written 2nd February.
No, sir, it's 29th.
Okay, let's talk about leap year then. Why is leap year? Like, why do we have this extra 29? Explain it like you are explaining it to a, let's say, 8-year-old.
Okay. Sir, the calendar year has to be in sync with the revolution of Earth around the Sun. And that is how we define 1 year. But
Okay.
The Gregorian calendar, which we follow, has a deficit of 6 hours every year. Because the 1 year or the one revolution is not exactly 365 days. It is 365 days and approximately 6 hours more. So after 4 years, these 6 hours get accumulated and there is a deficit of 1 day. And for that, this leap year day has been added to the month of February. And actually, this was an invention done way back in the 16th century by this Pope Gregory 13th. And that is why we give the name to the calendar.
Okay, before
calendar.
Gregorian calendar, which calendar were we following?
Sir, in India, there were different systems in Shaka calendar and Vikram Samvat, etc. But in Europe and
In India, let's talk about in India itself. Shaka calendar, who gave that?
So actually, there are no conclusive evidences that who started it, but it is usually associated with Kanishk, the what was his name? I'm not able to, Kushan, yeah, sir. Kanishk of Kushan dynasty.
And which year it started?
Sir, I believe it was 78 AD, referring to the Gregorian calendar.
Perfect. And how many days it has in a single day? Is it running parallel to Gregorian calendar, or what year are we in presently?
So for that, we have to subtract 78 from 2022, which will I will have to do it, sir, on a piece of paper if you allow.
So is it always 365 day will always have that difference of 78 only?
Sir, more or less it will be 78 years only, but there is this concept of Adhik Mas in Shaka calendar. So 1 year here or there it can happen.
Okay, if I'm not, I think we are running way back, maybe more than 100, 200 years. Just have a look at it. All right.
Yes, sir, I will.
Okay, so you are from medical science background.
Yes, sir.
What are autoimmune diseases and why are they so prevalent now?
Sir, autoimmune diseases refer to those set of conditions where body's immunity, instead of attacking the foreign pathogen or foreign invaders of our body, start attacking own tissues. That is why the name autoimmune diseases. Some common examples are lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, etc. Sir, answering the question that why they are increasing, there is no, I cannot come up with one set of answers. I can perhaps give some hypothesis like
even the scientists are not able to come out with the answers yet.
Yes, sir. There is no conclusive cause. Some have genetic causes, some have environmental causes. So,
okay, have you heard of the term sarcoidosis?
Yes, sir. It
What
is
is
an
that?
autoimmune disease as well.
So where is it prevalent usually?
Sir, are you referring
Globally.
to globally?
At the global level.
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact details, but I think it is in USA and Europe.
No, it started majorly in Africa.
Okay, I will have to look into it.
Okay, are you aware about some medicinal plants found in wetlands?
Sorry, sir, it is not coming to my mind currently.
And any medicinal plant you are aware of?
Sure, sir, but I'm not aware of the wetland connection to it.
Oh, go ahead. General medicinal plant, if you can tell.
Yes, sir. Sir, holy basil or tulsi, then lemongrass.
Okay, let's talk about tulsi.
Yes,
like, what are the benefits?
Sir, Ayurveda or the age-old remedies use tulsi heavily, like for cough or upper respiratory tract infections. I'm not able to recall its other benefits, sir, but this is the use I have personally done, so I can tell about it.
Okay. So you are into lawn tennis. So you have been playing or just following?
No, sir, I usually like to play more. Following has become little more difficult in the recent years, but I used to follow earlier.
So talking about playing, what is the most difficult shot you feel that you maybe learned in the largest amount of time, or which you are still struggle to come across?
So I would say single-handed backhand, which is played from the baseline of the court, is very difficult for me. And I find
Backhand or slice backhand?
the slice backhand I can play, but the powerful backhand on the baseline or cross court.
Why people in the new generation, since let's say 90s, they are going for double-handed backhand, because people earlier, like the players of 70s, 80s, and even Federer, so they all went on for single-hand backhand. There are of course exceptions in the younger generation as well. Thiem is there, Wawrinka is there.
Yes, sir.
But what is happening? Like people are why are they moving towards double-handed backhand?
Sir, I have come to the conclusion that in the professional tennis, which has become very competitive these days, the margin of error is very less. And with single-handed backhand, not many player can produce the amount of accuracy and the speed or the power which is required. And that is why the people go for double-handed backhand, which gives them greater control of accuracy and both power. That is why the dominant players like Nadal or Djokovic play double-handed backhand mostly.
Okay, so who is famous for the best backhand in recent time?
I don't think there is a consensus on this. There is a lot of subjectivity. Like
in your opinion, of course.
Sir, I usually like the elegant backhand of single-handed backhand of Federer more.
Okay. Is it more accurate, or is it Djokovic's double hand backhand?
Sir, I think in terms of accuracy, Djokovic is way more. It was actually considered a kind of weakness of Federer, which cost him some important matches, his single-handed backhand. Opponents used to target that backhand, but at least for watching, that is a very elegant. I find it a beauty of tennis, sir.
Okay, one last question from tennis itself. When I talk about Djokovic-Federer rivalry and I say 40-15, what do you make of it?
Sir, can I guess?
Go ahead.
Sir, I believe it is the statistics of their matches wherein perhaps Djokovic has 150 and Federer 40.
No, that is 27-23. But what about it is related to scoreline.
Sir, did you say 40-15?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sorry, I heard it 40-50. So 40-15 is 40-15 is basically in the game.
I know the scoreline. What is it? How is it relevant in Djokovic-Federer rivalry? What comes to your mind when I say 40-15?
Okay, sir. I believe you are referring to the ability of Djokovic to come out from this 40-15 situation to win the game. That is the mental toughness part of Djokovic, wherein usually he used to beat Federer in crucial match points.
Can you recall any match?
So sure, sir. I can recall the 2019 Wimbledon final match, which...
Got your point. Okay, thank you so much. I'll move on to next panelist. Just hold on.
Hello, Tejas. How are you?
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm very good, sir.
Good evening. Tejas, tell me, why is there so much high out-of-pocket expenditure in India? And also, what are its implications?
Sir, the biggest reason I find for high out-of-pocket expenditure is the lack of health insurance cover or the social security cover, especially for the middle population. We call it the missing middle phenomenon, wherein the poor are covered by government health insurance cover and the very rich are covered by private insurance cover. But the middle person, the middle strata of the population is usually without any cover. And also insurance is not very holistic. Many procedures,
Yes.
And many drugs are not covered by it. And the implication of it is, sir, that it is often said that an Indian family is only one serious illness away from poverty, that it pushes the people into poverty. Not just that, sir, it pushes the next generation of the family also into a reduced quality of standard of living and poverty, etc.
Earlier, some issues were raised in the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. Are you aware?
Sir, I believe you are referring to the lot of paperwork which was.
Yes.
Yes,
How
sir,
can we cut those down?
Sir, even though I'm not very aware of what exactly happened in Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, that some 15-20 documents were required to be submitted here. Usually, I have found that technology serves as a very good bridge to reduce this paperwork and also increase the accuracy, transparency, wherein we give one health ID to a person and the requisite amount of documents are just collected from the respective databases. I believe, sir, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission is precisely trying to do that.
Are there example of surgery and medicine in our ancient India?
That in India, in ancient India, Sushrut, who was father of Indian surgery, and Charak, who was the father of Indian medicine, were the two stalwarts.
So, which is your favorite fundamental right, Tejas, and why?
Sir, I would like to put Article 19(1)(a), the freedom of speech and expression. And if I were to put one, and the second will be, sir, Article 21, if I were given two choices.
Okay.
Right.
You
to
said
life.
1921, but without 32, neither 19 will stand nor 21 will stand.
That is also correct, sir. That is true.
Okay. So my last question to you is, since your hobby is dancing in Bollywood songs,
Yes,
as
sir.
we all hope and as we all wish, suppose you get selected in the exam and you get service of your choice, that is the Indian Administrative Service. Which Bollywood song will you dance to?
Sir, I usually try to adapt to whatever new songs are coming. And
which song will you choose to dance to after getting selected in Indian Administrative Service?
sir, I would like to choose some challenging song which has been very recently come into the Bollywood world.
Okay.
So at that time, the decision will depend on that time, sir.
Good, very good. Thank you, Tejas.
We found
Yes,
you
sir.
a very outstanding candidate.
Thank you, sir.
You are very well prepared, good personality. Articulation is very good. Only one suggestion I would like to give, that your answer had to be short. You tend to give little longish answer, and when you give longish answer, you tend to lose the focus also.
Yes, sir.
So listen to the question carefully, formulate your answer, give a very short and simple answer.
Yes, sir.
That's the only advice, otherwise you'll do very well.